Welcome to the Context Machine. It's episode 640. I'm Bryan Chaffin.
And I am Jeff Gamet. Hey, check us out on our, seriously, it's still our new home? On our new home, contextmachine.io.
You can also use contextmachine.io to reach out to us, or you can find us on Mastodon at Context Machine. You can find us on Threads. You can find me on Threads. I'm at Geek Tales.
And I'm Jay Gamet. Bryan, I'm sharing this with you because I know for you it's probably a thing. I know for some other people it's a thing. They don't feel like the holiday season has started until they see my Lego Advent Calendar photos popping up.
That's fair.
And they are now. And I'm making sure that they're on Threads this year too.
I saw that. You know what, though? You should not post it as an Instagram link. You should just post it again. Because
it's Threads, just not going to happen.
Threads Instagram integration stinks.
It does. However, I know that if I go to post it directly on Threads, as opposed to just doing the Instagram, hey, send it over to Threads, it will create a barrier that I will not go over. Therefore,
you can just copy paste, man. Copy paste and quickly you can post it on Threads faster than you can post it on Instagram.
Except I'm in the post in Instagram and I just go tap and it's done.
All right.
Here's the thing. It's important to be honest with yourself. And I know that even though it's not a big deal to post directly on Threads as opposed to tell Instagram send it to Threads, I'm actually not going to do it if that's what I have to do. Therefore, this is the compromise that I'm making so that the content will appear on Threads.
I shudder to think at the idea that we should start being honest with ourselves.
Right?
that was my takeaway there.
I think that's valid.
The thing is, though, it is so quick to post to Threads. It is so quick to post an image or a video, and especially when you can just, take your the caption that you've entered in Instagram, and before you hit post, select all and copy, so you got it in your clipboard, and then go over. I mean, like the Instagram, it's so funny. The Instagram integration into Threads is terrible because an Instagram, when you do it the way you do it, it shows up as a post with the URL and a half preview of your image.
Yeah, it's they really need to address that.
You have to click it or tap it, that is, and go to Instagram to actually see it. It's ridiculous.
The problem that I see here is that Meta, they need to work with the people that do Threads and coordinate with the people that do Instagram and oh, wait a second. It's the same company.
Yes.
Yeah, it's stupid. There's no reason why it should be the way it is. Nonetheless, and I appreciate what you're saying.
I honestly feel like if you're not going to post it directly on Threads, you probably shouldn't post it.
Yeah, well, I will anyhow.
Okay.
Do you want me using Threads or not? Are you telling me you don't want me using Threads?
I do want you using Threads.
Is that what you're saying?
I like Threads. I have really come to enjoy Threads.
You know what I want them to do? And I'm enjoying Threads too. I want them to create an API or just make it so that the cross-posting thing works seamlessly. I mean, it works when it's going to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just make it work the other way, or give me an API so I can set up an IFT or something?
Sure.
And which is what I used to do when. Do you remember that old social media network, Threads? No, what was it called? Twitter.
Oh, right.
They all sound the same. Twitter. I could use IFT and have IFT auto post as original content on Twitter from Instagram, and it was great.
You still could.
No, because Elon had the APIs
right.
for that shut down.
Right, which is that guy.
Yeah,
that guy.
Oh my gosh, Brian.
Yeah.
LinkedIn Jobs is sponsoring us today.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that exciting?
That's fantastic. I like them. All right, well, let's talk about Goldman Sachs.
Really? You don't want to keep going on about my neuroses that is preventing me from doing a simple post on Threads? Okay, whatever. We can talk about Goldman Sachs.
It's not about me. It's not about me, so why I don't care.
That's fair.
I mean, come on. All right.
Yeah.
Goldman Sachs. Do you remember my Goldman Sachs image that I did for TMO?
Oh my God, I forgot.
I had the little Monopoly rich guy dancing on a sack of money.
Yes.
Goldman Sachs. Anyway, Goldman Sachs, the current operators of the Apple Card, or the current partners with Apple. They're really the operators is probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, because I mean they're the whole bank for the card.
Yeah. They went out, and apparently, according to 9 to 5 Mac, Apple has presented Goldman Sachs with a proposal.
Oh, you are absolutely ridiculous.
That's fair. A quote, sent a proposal to Goldman to exit from the contract in the next 12 to 15 months, unquote. So this is not Apple being proactive. This is apparently part of, this is like probably how their contract has to work, because Goldman says we want out, and Apple then is required to send them a proposal on how it might work.
Yes, and just to throw a mild pedantic twist into this for you,
I'm all for it.
Okay, so Goldman Sachs says we want out. The rest of that is we want out from consumer-facing banking. So it's not Apple specifically that they want out of. It's the whole thing. And since Apple is in that whole thing, for Apple to be able to move forward and find a different partner, they need to give their proposal for how they're going to exit, so that they can gracefully transition all of us Apple Card holders to whoever the new partner will be. But it's the whole thing. It's not just Apple.
Right. But I imagine it's Apple that's been driving the losses, because Goldman has apparently lost a crap ton of money.
I think Apple is definitely having a real impact there. But I think they've been losing money hand over fist on the whole consumer side from the get-go.
You're talking about Goldman.
Names hard.
Well, it's just, we could have been talking about Apple there. I just wanted to specify that you were still talking about Goldman.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah. I think Goldman Sachs had a bad setup for their consumer-facing experiment from the beginning, and now I'm totally building a tapestry from a thread here. I learned it from you.
You're welcome.
I think that their consumer-facing business was not performing well anyhow and was already losing money. And I think that they may have considered Apple and the Apple Card as the way to bring that around and turn it into a profitable thing?
I think actually their consumer efforts started with Apple. That's my recollection. That's not
that's
not a studied position because this is the context machine.
And why would we do that? Okay, well, if that's the case, then boy, it sure didn't work out. Well, regardless, it didn't work out.
So I will also add that it's stunning to me that Goldman could lose money on a credit card because there's money to be made in credit cards. But apparently, to your point, they're just not they're not set up for consumer facing finances. That's just not their bag, and it's apparently not anything they want to get better at.
Yep. And okay, here's where I could see a business like Goldman Sachs losing money in this whole venture. If you haven't set up the business correctly, then you're going to run very inefficiently. So, as an example, which is something that I've seen come up in discussions other places, they meaning Goldman Sachs didn't want to do what Apple demanded, which is beginning of the month, everyone gets their statements. We all know when our statements are due, beginning of the month, just simple. And they didn't want that. And they weren't set up, I think, to be able to handle the sort of user traffic and support that goes along with having all the cards do at the same time.
Yeah, you essentially have to have your infrastructure set up to do everything 1 or 2 days a month. And then you're still paying for that infrastructure the rest of the time.
Yeah. And so here we are.
Okay. So Synchrony is supposedly sniffing around wanting the business. They are a major provider of store credit cards. And essentially that's there are two kinds of store credit cards. There's the card that is only good at a particular retailer. And then there's the card that is giving you
co-branded.
Co-branded card. And Synchrony does both of those. And they're supposedly wanting it, but I think there's something that's more interesting here in this 9 to 5 story. But you were going to say something though.
I was going to say that, and actually I don't have the story in front of me right now, so I don't know if I'm about to hit on what's in the story. Apple had a job listing for someone to do financial service coding, and it listed in that job listing that you would be working in concert with Pismo, which is another company that handles the transaction process. And Dave Ginsburg on In Touch with iOS pointed out that Synchrony is known for dealing with poorer credit, lower credit, and may not be a good partner for Apple. But with that job listing for Pismo, which I think is out of Brazil, that seems to me to be Apple tipping their cards about where they want to go.
I don't know anything about Pismo, so I don't know that I can have an opinion on that. Well, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
This is the context machine. What I don't specifically know is what role Pismo would be filling, because the last little tidbit in this 9 to 5 Mac story is Project Breakout, which is apparently an internal project for Apple, working on essentially doing this on their own.
So if Apple does it on their own, and I do find that fascinating, that means they have to become a financial institution.
Yes, which I think Apple wants to do.
And if they do that, that is a multi-year process with lots of regulatory hurdles, and they're going to have to do it in multiple countries. So it's not going to be a fast process. Now, if Apple works with Pismo, since what they have the infrastructure to manage the transaction process, so they're not actually the bank. So Apple could partner with different banks, and then have Pismo handle that transaction interaction piece. And then at some point, if Apple does actually become a financial institution, then they could just switch that over from using third-party banks to their own bank.
Okay, so
or banks.
You are being a weenie, because when we set up the idea of talking about this for the show, you said that you didn't think Apple was interested in bringing this
I don't
in-house.
think they're interested. I'm just offering you an explanation or my thoughts on how your idea could work. But I don't think Apple wants to be a bank. And I think it's because of all of the other regulatory stuff that goes along with that. I don't think that's a place Apple wants to go right now.
Apple absolutely wants to be a bank. I mean, like, Tim has made it clear that he wants Apple to do more things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that being a bank is being a more thing.
You're so cute when you're wrong.
We'll let that out in post.
It's right. Yeah. Just like we always do.
Yeah.
It's, of course, anything is possible with Apple because they've got all the money. I just don't see them going down the financial institution.
We've been down this road before, where you're saying that you don't think Apple wants to do something, and I'm saying that Apple wants to do something, and then I'm right.
This is how we keep excitement and tension in the show for people.
But I'm feeling very deja vu-ish on this.
Well, I mean, that's okay. I mean, your memory might be clouded a little bit, and I'm going to keep telling you that. I will concede that at some point in the future, Apple may become a financial institution. I just don't think that's where they want to go right now.
Yeah, okay. And I think they will, and we don't know. So we're supposed to put a pin on this.
I accept your apology.
And check it again later.
Okay.
Right. So I would like to. I've sold 105 copies of my book, and
that's fantastic.
105 copies,
like, seriously,
of my book as in 2 weeks and 3 days now, as an indie author is pretty good.
First book, indie author. Self-published, just to make sure people understand what we're saying here. 105 books. That's fracking awesome. Go you.
Thanks. I would like to thank those listeners who have bought a copy of my book, especially the people who have bought it and left a review. I am particularly looking for reviews on Apple Books. I've had a lot of sales on Apple. By the way, actually, that's one thing that we could talk about briefly.
Sure.
So I've sold 40 copies of my book on Apple Books and 57 on Amazon and 8 on Barnes & Noble and 0 on Google Play, which is not a surprise because I don't even have a link to it.
I can see where that would be an impediment.
There is one link went out today. But anyway, the Apple has 10% of the ebook market.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to the DOJ, the Obama DOJ, I might add. And Apple has supposedly 10%. Actually, that might be of the book market, but they don't have all that much. I am sure that my history with the Apple community has essentially given a boost to the percentage of my sales that went to Apple Books.
That seems reasonable.
But I find it very interesting because 40 divided by 105. 38.1% of my sales have been with Apple, which is definitely a much bigger chunk than I would have expected. And I like
Same. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I would have assumed most of the sales would have been through Kindle.
Yeah, and they have been, but just not as much.
I mean, significantly.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So anyway, thank you to everyone who's left a review. Left a review on Goodreads or Kindle or Apple Books, or don't have any reviews on Apple Books yet or Barnes and Noble. But I do have.
Can I put you on the spot for a second?
Reviews, yes.
I'm going to do it anyhow.
Yes.
Do you happen to have any reviews handy?
Oh yeah, sure.
To quote from.
Sure.
I really am putting them on the spot with this.
They say that we're not supposed to read our reviews, and
you're not.
No, because people can go down a rabbit hole. Or worse, people will freak out and they'll argue or they'll get really pissed because someone's going to review my book and they're not going to like it.
Well, you mean you're not supposed to read your reviews in general, not like you can't quote from them on our show.
Right. I'm just supposed to not even read my reviews. So, but
late.
But I have been, and until I get a bad one, I will not regret it.
That's fair.
This book was my first ARC. That's an advanced review copy, and I really have to say it was a great read from start to finish. The story had me hooked, and I just couldn't put it down. The main character, Mason, was a brilliant mix of gritty, down-to-earth, clever, and humorous. I truly felt in his shoes in every situation. From his constant desire and failure to just go back to his own mundane life, to his interactions with his own built-in quasi-AI assistant, Mason was an incredibly relatable protagonist. He goes on from there, but I've had great reviews, and I appreciate everyone who has left a review. I appreciate everyone who's bought the book. I appreciate you all.
That's fantastic. And I love seeing that you're getting positive reviews, not because I was afraid you wouldn't, but because you deserve them. It's a really good book.
Thanks. I appreciate that. All right. Let's talk about LinkedIn.
I would love that.
When you're hiring for your small business, you want to have as many top tier candidates as possible to interview. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs has the tools to help find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. And that's the thing about this service, is it can help you find the right people, and it makes it easier to drill down to get to the right people and for the right people to be able to find you. And these could be very, very important things. And the labor market is still tight. I think unemployment is like 3.8%. The labor market's tight. Wow. That means it is not a hiring market. It is definitely a job seekers market, and you need all of the tools and benefits you can get in your corner to be able to have a good hiring experience. LinkedIn is not just another job board. LinkedIn has a vast network of more than 1 billion professionals, which makes it the best place to hire. Hiring is easy when you have that many quality candidates. So easy, in fact, that 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours.
Wow.
That's an impressive statistic. LinkedIn knows that small businesses are wearing so many hats and might not have the time or resources to hire. Thankfully, with LinkedIn, the process is intuitive, quick and easy. They even just launched a feature that helps you write job descriptions, making the process even easier and quicker, which is great. And you can do all this from your dashboard, right? I talk about the dashboard every time we talk about them. Dashboard's great. It lets you have all of your candidates, all of your job positions. It puts everything right at your fingertips so that you can get right to it. And these are very good things. So you can post your job for free at linkedin.com/ACM. That's linkedin.com/ACM to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. We appreciate them sponsoring us.
Yeah, thank you, LinkedIn. Jobs.
Yes, indeed. What was the other topic we had?
We were going to talk about law enforcement agencies giving people wrong information.
That's been kind of a thing especially on social media.
Yes. Well, that's where it started.
Right. So first of all, tell us what the problem is.
Okay.
What some folks are saying the problem is.
Okay. So, police department, sheriff's department, a law enforcement agency put out a warning, and then everyone else picked it up and ran with it, that iOS 17 has a very dangerous feature in it called name drop. And what they said is that just simply by being near someone else's iPhone, that your personal contact information is going to get sent to someone else without your permission.
Right. So what they're envisioning is that bad guys are going to walk up and just kind of hold their iPhone next to you and slurp up your contact information.
Right. Without your knowledge.
Without your knowledge or input. And that's the part that is not true.
It's like patently false.
Yes.
And so what they're telling people in their warning is that you need to go into settings on your iPhone and turn off the whole AirDrop thing, because this is part of AirDrop, and that's the only way to be safe. And okay, the first time I saw this come up, it was a friend on Facebook, and they posted this whole thing without a link to the original posting, because by the time they saw it, they were just copying and pasting and sharing with friends. And I let them know in the comments to their post, here's how it really works. And they had no idea, but this took off like wildfire. And then media outlets were picking it up, and they were running it too. And all right, I have to get a little ranty for a minute. So, come on, people. Whatever happened to? I know it probably wasn't even there. Whatever happened to doing a little bit of research to make sure that what you're saying is correct, especially if you are a public safety agency, that when you put out stuff like this, there is a natural tendency for people to take this at face value and believe you and think that this is a serious issue, when in fact it's not an issue at all. And so I'm really disappointed with whoever started this. Then all of the other agencies that just hopped on the bandwagon and ran with it, well, shame on you for not taking the time to verify if this is actually correct. And then the media outlets that ran with it too, holy forking shirt balls, people.
Not to mention it's the influencers.
It is your job to make sure that what you're saying is correct. And it was not. And to the best of my knowledge, none of the law enforcement agencies have come out and said, "Oh, sorry, our bad. It's not actually a thing. Don't worry, you're fine."
Well, let's explain why it's not a thing.
Okay. So, do you know how the whole process works?
Yes.
I can.
No, I'm sorry. No, Jeff, tell me, how does it work?
Oh, Bryan, I'm happy to explain this to you. All right. So when you can select the contents that you do want to share with people, but here's how this works. You both have to be running iOS 17. Your phones have to be unlocked. You then get your phones within a very close distance, couple inches, something like that. And then you both get a dialogue that pops up on your phone. If, let's say, I'm going to share my contact info with you, I then will authorize the sharing. Then on your end, you have to authorize accepting. So both parties involved have to take very explicit actions to make that contact information exchange happen. And then if I'm sharing my contact info with you, that doesn't automatically share yours back with me. You would have to explicitly choose to share yours back.
Right. So first of all, can we take a moment to marvel at the fact that I actually knew how this worked?
I am just so impressed.
Secondly,
I'm so proud of you, Bryan.
Secondly,
and your acting skills where you pretended like you didn't know.
Every bit as good as yours.
Oh, every bit as good as mine. I completely believed the performance.
I'm sure you did. The key part of your explanation is the fact that you have to actively tap acceptance and sending of your information or someone else's information. That's the part above and beyond the fact that your iPhones have to be unlocked. Right? Because maybe someone puts their iPhone in their pocket unlocked. Who knows? But above and beyond all of these things that you have to do to even get to the point where this can work, you have to actively tap and accept or send and accept. And that's the reason why this is nonsense.
It is
why the kerfuffle is nonsense. Now I've been noticing that there are a ton of influencers who are first of all just copying each other's content. Right? Obviously, that's no surprise. But there are also a lot of influencers who love to get on the Apple bashing bandwagon.
Yeah. If you're doing the bashing thing just for the sake of traffic.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really feel like very many of them care about what they're saying, but I don't know. That's probably another discussion for another time.
Yeah. Okay. So, I now have more info on this. So in my rant, I was saying, to the best of my knowledge, none of these agencies came forward and said, yeah, sorry about that. Noble County Sheriff's Office in Ohio, they had posted about this. They ended up editing their message on whichever social media platform they were on. I think it was X. And added in that there is a pop-up to transfer content. So they didn't fix what they said completely, but at least they said something to let you know that it's not just a completely without your involvement sort of thing. Then Dewey Police Department, they had reposted this as well, and their comment was that they were just simply getting parents engaged with their children.
That's so lame.
Yeah. So, if you don't want airdrop or name drop turned on, that's fine. Turn them off because you understand why you're turning them off. If it's just part of someone else told you something scary and you're turning off features that are otherwise potentially useful, then that's unfortunate because now you're missing out on something that could make your iPhone experience even better.
Yeah. And if I actually met people, I would love to use name drop.
Yeah. And, I'd say that the next time we're together, you can name drop me. But if we already have each other's contact info, it doesn't even work.
Yeah. Plus, it's not like I leave my house.
Well, I'd come to your house.
Okay,
we could do
good.
It there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll come to your house. I'll delete your contact card from my phone, and then you can name drop it to me.
That was the point to exit. And that is today's Context Machine, this week's even. If you have anything to comment on that or question, you can write us at Context Machine Podcast at gmail.com. Well, it still says ACM at macobserver.com. And that's not a thing. It's Podcast Machine. No, it's Context Machine Podcast at gmail.com.
I didn't even know you're reading this from.
It's the rest of my ancient document that has our suggestions on it.
Wait, you've been sending me just part of the document all this time?
Oh yeah. I've got stuff here from ExpressVPN, which they haven't sponsored us for a while. I've got a TDO script note. I've got a note that says TDO script.
For those of you that don't know, that would be the Mac Observer's Daily Observations podcast,
right, which is now defunct. Mm-hmm. I've got a molecule. Right. Anyway, so yeah, I've been only sending you a part of this document for a long time.
I had no idea.
Our bandwidth.
Anyhow, carry on.
Our bandwidth is provided by CacheFly. The bass is by Dr. Boom, recorded just for this show. And for better or ill, that's all for this week.
Also, thank you, LinkedIn Jobs, for being our sponsor.
Yes, thank you very much, LinkedIn.